Hi and welcome to the Arsenal Circle. Welcome to the best team in professional football. Welcome to Arsenal 3, TOPSP R 1. And what a game it was. We really made them look like a croquet team today. Oh, what a kickabout with the boys. I have so much to say about this match. I'm still a little bit ill, but I am going to still talk about it. And I'm a happy man. Let's first of all go into the lineup. Everyone was fit. Everyone was fit. Thank God everyone was fit, man. And we had our starting 11 that we usually play. I was happy to see that. There was no problem with the lineup for me. And yeah, I think it was good to see Zinchenko back. It was good to see Partey back. We'll get onto him. And all in all, a 9 out of 10 performance from Arsenal. Genuinely, it really was. We battered them. The scoreline has flattered them, and it's 3-1 to us. So, a really good performance. I thought, the first half was a little bit shaky, but in the second half, we really found our footing and fucking turned them into prime Sunday League, right? So, yeah, let's go off to the start talking about this. 65% possession, 22 shots, 9 were on target, and we won more than half of our duels. And we're now 4 points clear, top of the league still, against Tottenham, which is just what you love to see. Everyone's saying we couldn't do it in big games. They were wrong. We have just battered Tottenham. And the first man that I want to talk about is Martinelli. Genuinely, this guy's footballing ability is out of this world. It's outrageous. It's insane. It's insane. He went for the full 90 and he didn't stop. He's my man of the match. He didn't get a goal today, but he's my man of the match. He won this red card that changed the game entirely, right? That was him. That was all him. He, I believe, got an assist on Xhaka's goal. I don't know why that isn't showing up. But yes, it all came from Martinelli this match. He was running down the wing so hard and actually just bullied Emerson, and that's why he won that red card. It was in our half, and Emerson's made that challenge, which is ridiculous. Martinelli absolutely dominated Spurs, made him look like Sunday League. I can't stress this enough. Martinelli is such a good player, and I am so grateful that we have him at Arsenal, and I hope he never leaves us. Because a player like that, and you know what it was, you know what it is as well. After last week, everyone say, "Oh, Son's done what Martinelli's done in." Son's done in one game what Martinelli's done for the rest of the season. What Son can't do is destroy defenders like Martinelli did today. Martinelli disrupted the whole morale of the Tottenham Hotspur defence. He actually just bullied them. He genuinely did. He, all the, blocked them on social media. You can't block him in real life. He's emotionally just tormented these men. They're going to cry themselves to sleep tonight, thinking, oh my God, Martinelli, is he coming to attack me in my sleep? Like, that's what they're going to be doing. Because Martinelli he shit on them. He just took a fat shit on them. And I can't stress it enough how good a player Martinelli is and how happy his performance made me today. Definitely my man of the match. Don't know about yours. Other big performances were Jesus and Partey, two of the goal scorers. I thought they played really well. Let's talk about Jesus for a bit, because genuinely, oh my God, look how happy I can't contain it. You see, honestly, I've never ever watched Arsenal play this good in my 17 years of life. We have never played this good against a football team. We genuinely, at the end of the match, we started just, it was like we were playing in a training session, not bothered. Not even a training session. It was like a kickabout with the boys. Literally, a kickabout with the boys. And Jesus was part of that. He really put them in a spliff a lot of the times, was just running through them, getting past defenders. He did that one dribble in the first half. He got through about 3 of them and really should have scored, but unfortunate not to. He still did score today, though, of course, which is great. As did Thomas Partey. Let's get on to that goal. That is the best goal of the season so far. Undoubtedly, in my mind, if you watch that goal back, the technique you have to get to hit that first time in the exact top right corner, and curling, and with power. Ooh! That is such a good goal. And honestly, I was up screaming. That's the best goal I've seen in the last 3 years for Arsenal, I'd say. Really, really good goal to put us ahead. And I think that actually boosted the morale quite a lot. After this goal, however, was the only bad performing bit of the match. The next 20 minutes after this goal, we did not look that strong. We started breaking down defensively, and Gabriel gave away a penalty, and I think Gabriel was the only performance that I'd say wasn't a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, because I think he was maybe 7 out of 10. He still played well, but giving away that penalty, he looked a bit shaky, a bit nervous in this match. But, you know, you could see the halftime team talk lifted us all after that. You know, straight away in the second half, Jesus got a goal, and then Emerson folded, and we were able to push ourselves into the lead. I'm just so happy, man. I was bricking it going into this match. I thought I was going to have to rant about how shit we were. But no, honestly, the difference from last season to this season, it's the same scoreline, but the difference from last season to this season in terms of how we played is incredible. We played so much better than Spurs. We genuinely made them look like a relegation contending team. They bought it. Antonio Conte bottled it in the 71st minute. He's only 2 goals down. He's given up. He's made 4 defensive substitutions, bringing off Son, bringing off Richarlison, and later on bringing off Højbjerg, which was one of their better players in the game. He bottled it. He given up. He was like, oh, please, don't beat us 6-1. I'll take the 3-1. Like, genuinely, they got scared and they folded. It was as simple as that. And oh, what a game, man. What a game. You know what I am surprised about is how Spurs didn't get any yellow cards. I'd say the first half of refereeing was some of the worst refereeing I think I've ever seen in football. It was terrible. Like, he was letting everything go. Like, even on Arsenal's end, we made some challenges that I thought should have been fouls. So on and so forth. But yeah, Højbjerg came off, and yeah, that's why. This is what I'm going to say, right? When we look at Arsenal compared to Tottenham today, Saliba outclassed Christian Romero. Even defending like an attack from Romero. Thomas Partey outclassed Højbjerg. Xhaka outclassed Bentancur. Odegaard outclassed Richarlison or whoever. Right? Jesus outclassed Kane. Martinelli made Son look like an average Premier League winger. Not even threatening. I don't think I looked at Son on the ball once this match and thought, ooh, he might have a chance. Didn't happen. Same with Kane. You know, the only time I thought Kane was going to score was that penalty. It was the only time. Saka outclassed Richarlison as well. Zinchenko was much better than Perisic. Ben White was much better than Emerson. And, you know, even Ramsdale was better than Lloris. Like, genuinely, oh my God. The first half of, if you look at the first half, and if you look at especially the first 20 minutes, if you look at Lloris's distribution, I'm ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed of myself in my last video for putting Hugo Lloris in that combined 11, by the way, because that is shambolic from me. After watching this match, I wouldn't have a single Spurs player in a combined 11 between us and them. They genuinely just did not compare. It was boys amongst men, men amongst boys. Sorry, and we just beat the shit out of them on the football pitch. And I know it was expected to win. I said 2-1. I wasn't far off. But I really did not expect a 3-1 win. And going into this match, as I said, I was bricking it. But then you watch the performance, and we just shat on them. We genuinely just shat on them. You know, they only had 7 shots, 3 of which were on target, and 1 went in because it was a penalty. Oh, no, they did get a yellow card at the end. Sorry. Did forget to mention that. But, yeah. So let's talk about some other individual performances that I did want to mention. Bukayo Saka. There's an A button on the controller. Please press it, my friend. He did not pass enough today. He kept trying to go solo, kept trying to be the main man, and I get that, especially when you're playing against Spurs. But I think it's happened a bit too much recently, where Saka thinks he's playing in last year's Arsenal and has to do it all. He's not the main man anymore, unfortunately. He's part of a front four, really, and he has to be one cog in that machine now, rather than the whole machine. So he has to pass over to Jesus there in some of those instances, or Xhaka, or Odegaard, or whoever's there. He has to pass over to that player and lay it off, and then they can have a go at their left, or they can run, and then Saka can go on the overlap, and they can pass through to him. There was just too many times where Saka was cutting in and just ran, and then he got tackled, and it was just a bit like, Okay. So if I am going to complain about some things, it's Gabriel being a little bit shaky and Saka being a little bit selfish. But that being said, I really can't slander this team anymore, man. In terms of like performances, like Ramsdale didn't make a mistake. You know, maybe could have done a little bit better on the penalty, but like this is how I'm being really, really harsh. Like if I have to pick out something that they've done wrong, I didn't really notice Ben White doing anything too bad. Saliba, obviously, the yellow card was the only error in his game today. Every other thing that he did, I don't think he lost the ball once, and I think he was even in their box at one point, acting like an attacker when we're 3-1 up. You know how ridiculous that is? That's stupid. Genuinely, we bullied them. Saliba was running around in our box with 4 Spurs players around him. This guy's 6'4", and he's turning like Leo Messi. Like, what's going on? Spurs should not be allowing this. Like, genuinely, our performance was amazing, but I will get onto Tottenham in a minute because they were shambolic. Zinchenko had a little bit of a quiet game. Wasn't as on it as influential to the game as he usually is, but he still played really well. Same for Xhaka. Again, he wasn't as influential in the play, but he had a really good game and a really good goal from him. Partey, oh my god, this guy is so important to the way we play, and you really noticed it here. And he's so much better than fucking Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, than Bentancur, or any of these fucking bums in the Premier League. Honestly, we have one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. We have one of the best teams in the Premier League, but no one wants to admit that because we're Arsenal. No one wants to admit that Martinelli's on the same level as as players like Luis Diaz. No one wants to admit that because we're Arsenal. And it's stupid because he is. He is. You look at the way he performed today, and honestly, Martinelli, oh my god, he's a messiah. He's Jesus. And this is God. Like, genuinely, this team is fucking unreal. I have not seen an Arsenal team excuse me, as good as this in my like proper years of watching football, like from when I was 5 years old onwards, right? I've not seen an Arsenal team as good as this. I really haven't. And this team today just made me proud as an Arsenal fan, and I was just fucking ecstatic, man. Oh my god, we played so well, man. We played so well. I can't stress it enough. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless at this performance. Yeah, no, so I've gone through the back, gone through the midfield. We'll talk about Odegaard. He looked really good today. He was genuinely toying with them. And, you know, it's sad because Odegaard doesn't get as many contributions as you expect. But he's just that good. He doesn't need to. He gets the assists of assists. Or he starts the play that builds up a goal. He's always involved in a goal, even though it doesn't say it on the stats. I've obviously talked about Saka, Martinelli and Jesus, so I won't say any more about those. But that's what I thought about Arsenal. I am going to go on to TOPSP R now. And we're going to talk about how shite these men were, because they were dead. Lloris was playing like he had a hole in his gloves. Romero just is the most overrated player in the Premier League, I will say, especially by Spurs fans. Eric Dyer, shocking performance. Longley looked like he got rejected from 13 different Sunday League clubs, and Spurs just took him as a charity thing. Perisic, average. Emerson, a shocking performance. Genuinely, Martinelli turned this guy into fucking 2021, 2022 Wan-Bissaka. Like, this guy looked shit. Just genuinely just dead. Højbjerg and Bentancur, you know, in the first half, couldn't get a look in. They were just outnumbered in the midfield and got absolutely dominated. In the second half, I think Højbjerg started to pick it up and he looked alright. But the front three, again, I just didn't see any threat in this team. And, you know, you look at, for example, if you take FIFA ratings as a basic guideline, Spurs' team should win this match 6-0. But the agenda against Arsenal is unreal, because, I'm sorry, after performances like today, how is Richarlison at the rating he is at in FIFA? How's Kane at the rating he's at? How's Son at the rating he's at? You know, how are a lot of these players? Bro, I'm sorry, Perisic doesn't deserve an 80 rated card. I'm sorry, but like, genuinely, people overrate the Spurs team way too much. After today, they need, that's a reality check. I'm sorry, it just is. And I don't think Spurs are in the title race. I don't think Spurs will get top 3 now. I really don't. But maybe it's too soon to say that. But, you know, we're still top of the league right now, so I'm very happy with that. Spurs looked absolutely shocking today, genuinely. and we just looked amazing. Like, it was a tale of two halves, right? Arsenal were amazing, Spurs were shit. And it led to a 3-1 result. However, as I will say, the scoreline flattered them, if anything. It could have easily been like 5-0 if we didn't give away that penalty. Something like that. Something stupid. And it could have been a classic battering. However, it wasn't, which is unfortunate. But, you know, I will talk about the refereeing decisions for a bit, because I know I touched on it at the start, but the penalty was a penalty, unfortunately. Stupid mistake from Gabriel. Just didn't need to go in for that. But I rate the dedication, right? He lost the ball, he wanted to win it back, but in that situation, he just shouldn't have. Emerson getting a red card. Sorry, my mind blank now. Emerson getting a red card there was definitely a red card. Like, initially I saw that's a yellow card, but then, you know, you hear the cheering as the screen wasn't showing it, and then you're like, oh, what's happened? It's a red card. Wow. And I think it was deserved, really. If you look back on it, what is Emerson doing? Realistically, he should not be doing that, and it's a dangerous challenge. And for that reason, Emerson does deserve that red card. In the first 45 minutes, I think Spurs could have got at least 3 yellow cards, and there were, you know, some very harsh challenges from Spurs that were let go. Same, you know, there was a couple for Arsenal as well that were let go, but I mean, a lot more for Spurs. Genuinely, in the first half, I thought the referee must bleed white, but after that red card, you know, a really good decision by the referee, and a lot of people might say it's not, but if you actually look at it, it definitely is a red card. After you know, the referee had a much better performance in the second half, as did Arsenal. Yeah, as I say, Conte gave up. He brought on all these players, all these defenders, 70 minutes into a match that he could have actually won, if you're lucky. We'll talk about the substitutes. Let's talk about Sambi Lokonga. He came on, he looked solid. Simple as that. I'm not going to say anything more. Kieran Tierney came on, played really well. It's unfortunate to see him on the bench, and it's good that he's getting back into football, like proper footballing. But yeah, he played really well, and he almost scored a screamer at the end, which is unfortunate. I would have loved him to get that, but oh well. Fabio Vieira came on, he was really good. Same with Nketiah, they were both looked really good. And I mean, I won't talk about Tomiyasu because he only came on for a minute. And yeah, I just thought we played really well today. Quickly about the fans, amazing today. The fans were incredible, and I couldn't have asked for anything better. Constantly singing about how shit Tottenham were in that second half, as they should. But yeah, overall, just a really, really, really good performance from Arsenal, and I could not be happier as an Arsenal fan right now. You know, I said last 2 weeks ago that our performance against Brentford was a perfect performance. Well, our second half against Spurs was beyond. We genuinely just started playing. They were tennis players amongst football players. They could not play the sport as well as us. Not even on the same. They didn't look like professionals, and we looked like we were Champions League winner contenders. Like the way we were playing, you know, we were genuinely just miles clear of them in this match. Like miles clear, and I mean that. But anyway, let me know what you thought of the match down below. I am gonna go cheer until I fall asleep. Yeah, comment down below what you thought. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.